we are going to check this engine. This is the typical diesel engine. We are going to refresh quickly. Look at this. That's the piston, the connecting rod. This is the element connected with the crankshaft. And the piston is going up and down. That's it. Okay. And the crankshaft have a gear. And the gear of the crankshaft engage with the gear of the camshaft. Which gear? This one. This one. This one. This gear. This gear. Yeah? The gear of the cam engage with the gear of the crank. And also engage with the gear of the fuel injection pump. Because it's on time. Alright, look at this. Crankshaft, camshaft. The camshaft have a special like a shock absorbers. And after that the push rods. And here,
Rockers.
the rocker arms. And the rocker arms open and close the valve. That's it. And here, in the middle, in between both valves, is located
Injector.
the injector. And the injector receives the fuel from fuel injection pump. And the fuel injection pump receives the fuel from the fuel tank. And in between the fuel tank and the fuel injection pump, I have a transfer pump or low pressure pump. Because this one is considered
High pressure.
high pressure pump. That's the diesel engine. This course finished today. That's the diesel engine. It's not complicated. Okay. Each valve, the intake valve, is communicated with the intake manifold. And the exhaust valve is communicated with the exhaust manifold. How is communicated? Internally, in the head, there are cavities. There are cavities that connect with this manifold and cavities that connect with this manifold. It's important the timing because the piston, when the piston is on top of the center, is supposed that one valve is open, the other, yeah, that is controlled with the synchronization of those three gears. The gear of the fuel injection pump, the gear of the crank, and the gear of the cam. If the injection of the fuel is mechanical, like this. There are other engines with the injection of fuel electronic from the computer, and you don't need calibrate that gear. That gear could be in any position because the computer open and close the injectors. No problem. This is another engine. I'm going to explain in other engine how it is. This is a mechanical diesel engine with mechanical fuel injection pump. The oil is here. And here in the bottom is located the oil pump. Later I am going to explain how the oil pump is integrated. But today is not necessary. This is the basic part to understand the 4 strokes and the engine components. Now we are going to explain 2-stroke gasoline engines. And after that, 2-stroke diesel engines to check both of them and see the comparison. This is the typical cylinder of a 4-stroke engine. The other name of this cylinder is liner or sleeve. No? Okay. That's the cylinder. And that's the piston for 4-stroke. Typical. The cylinder is solid. The cylinder is solid. Yeah? It's solid. In 2-stroke gasoline, the cylinder have one hole here and other hole in front, a little higher. One hole here and other hole in front, a little higher in gasoline. We are going to imagine this schematic for a 2-stroke gasoline carburetor. Next coming class is gasoline, and Dr. Danny will explain with more detail than me gasoline engines. This is gasoline. Pay attention. This is the piston, the crankshaft, and the head is a simple head with the spark plug in the middle. The spark plug here is flat with no valves, no mechanisms. It's a piece of metal with one hole in the middle for the spark plug. The spark plug here. This is the head of a 2-stroke gasoline engine. Okay, pay attention. When the piston is going down, 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 in one moment, normally the piston for two-stroke, they have that shape. When the piston is going down, founded the first hole, and the first hole is communicated with the carburetor. And the carburetor mixed oil, mixed fuel, and mixed here, what happened?
Air.
Air. It's air plus oil plus fuel. Mixed. This is why the oil in those two-stroke gasoline engine is a special oil that is emulsified with the fuel. It's not dispersed, it's not separated. That oil keep together. And you see in the bottle, no? Two-stroke oil. Okay, you have oil, you have fuel, and you have air. When the piston reached the bottom depth center, what happened? The mixture entered. The piston is going down. You remember in four-stroke, the second time that the piston reached top depth center, the second time goes down after exhaust. Okay. This is because here, previously, you have some
Gas.
smoke, gas, no? Okay. What happened when the piston reached the bottom depth center and the fresh mixture, air, oil, and fuel enter over there?
It pushes the gases out.
Push the gas out, and you have here gases out through the exhaust pipe. This is the exhaust manifold, and this is the intake manifold. You like it? Okay, pay attention. Look, when the piston is going down, two strokes occur at the same time.
Intake and exhaust.
Intake and exhaust at the same time. Okay, now the piston is going up. When the piston is going up, close this and close this. And what happened?
Compression.
Compress the mixture of three elements. When the mixture is fully compressed, what happens?
Spark.
Bang and boom, once again down. It's only boom, 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 boom. Because the holes on the cylinder. Come on.
We gotta understand something. Back then, the EPA was cracking down in 2006. So what happens is everybody was rushing to go four-stroke because they didn't have the technology for two-stroke to be cleaner and more efficient than a four-stroke. When that came around, everybody was so convinced on the four-stroke. So that's most of my customers like change over from two-stroke to four-stroke. They're not very happy. They're happy about the fuel economy on the, especially if they have the older four-stroke. But if I have a guy that put it this way, we had a 36 conch that had triple 300 G2 two-strokes. So he says, because everyone now doesn't make any motors, so I'm just going to repower. So we put 300 XRs, Verados, the triples, and whole shot he lost. He burns 15% more fuel efficient, and he lost the mid-range. Top end he's got for the mid-range, because that's the thing with the four-stroke. If you look on a graph, it's like almost like a slow curve to high speed. On two-stroke, all your power is up front, and it plateaus.
Wow.
Yeah. The problem is the contamination, the pollution.
Yeah, they corrected that, but everybody's sold on the four-strokes now. So, and when the four-strokes first came out, when I was selling the Suzuki four-strokes when they first came out, this is talking about 2000. Well, I've been a Suzuki dealer until 2005.
2005.
So I was a Suzuki dealer for 3 years, and I was trying to convince people to go four-stroke. No one wanted to hear about four-stroke, and no one wanted to hear about Suzuki. And look how everything changed. And not for nothing, Suzuki makes decent motors today.
Back then they didn't make
The problem is, and this is what down the course of these courses you're going to realize when you hit corrosion, they use a lot of dissimilar metal. Dissimilar metal causes what?
corrosion.
What kind of corrosion? Galvanic corrosion. That's the biggest problem with Suzuki and Honda. Mercury and everyone had their stuff together when it comes to the corrosion.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you,
Can
Danny.
you get a two-stroke now?
No.
Nobody makes them.
Yamaha, their last one was the HPDI and no X66. Optimax was the last of the Mercury, and Emerald was the last company to finally give up on the two-strokes.